Hi, Tim from Fair Play Now, and it's English lockdown, national lockdown, day 9, 13th of November 2020, and I've just got a couple of minutes here before I go to my first job of the day. Today's basically just changing over a load of lights, both the first job and the second job. Sounds simple enough, but it can be fun and games, especially if you find the original lights aren't earthed properly and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, woke up feeling a little bit, a bit sort of depressed again, really. Bit of COVID depression. And it's just that looking at the mainstream media, I try not to look at it, just the headlines really, rather than delving into their sort of stories too much. But even the headlines, it's kind of record number of cases here, sort of record number of deaths there. And I see even in the United States, they're starting to kind of go on about loads and loads of new cases, and there's talk of some of the states at least going into lockdown and all the rest of it. And let's not forget that we've now got a pro-lockdown and pro-mask regime coming in the United States. So you just kind of wonder where this is going to end. Is all this stuff going to just last forever? And we've just got to keep making videos like this, keep protesting, keep kind of protesting, keep making little protest videos like this, just keep talking to everybody. But yeah, it's all a little bit depressing, really. I guess at least I'm fortunate in that I've got work to do. At least I can come out, and once I get half an hour into this first job, I'll cheer up quite a lot, and because my mind will be on the job rather than on events generally. But you do get to the point where it's just the same old cycle, don't you? I'm sort of come home from a good day's work feeling sort of fairly happy. Then I start sort of looking at headlines, looking at YouTube videos, and I end up sort of getting a little bit down again because of the whole COVID situation. And that's been kind of the same old cycle for months now. Absolutely months. Hello again, back at home again now, and got those jobs done, although I shouldn't have been speaking earlier on about finding lighting with no earthing, because that's exactly what I got on one of the lights I changed over. So I've got to go back and sort that out sometime soon. But back home now, Friday night, got a beer there ready to go. Only had a couple of sips, so I should make sense, hopefully. So, got back home, saw a couple of things online. First thing that I've come across is on Sky News. COVID-19 infections will rise to pre-lockdown levels if tier system returns, Sage warns. So basically what they're saying there is as soon as we come out of lockdown, the infection rates will go up and we'll be back to square one. So what do they expect us to do? Stay in lockdown forever? Absolute effing idiots. Why we're still listening to these people, I do not know. And I think it more that it proves that lockdowns don't work. If the infections are just going to come back as soon as we come out of lockdown, it means bloody lockdowns don't work, do they? We've already seen the levels going back up in Wales, who came out of their lockdown, I think, start of this week at some point. And yeah, like people have been saying, all you do is kick the virus can down the road, and then as soon as you come out of lockdown again, the rates go up. I mean, what do you expect? Another on a lighter note, another article I read is Elon Musk, the Tesla guy. Apparently he had 4 COVID tests in one day.
sort of in the last day or two, because I think he's got a bit of a cold at the moment. So he took 4 COVID tests, and 2 of them came back negative and 2 of them came back positive. So I think that's graphic evidence, isn't it, that the tests are absolute rubbish. So why we're taking any notice of these tests, I do not know. And what I'll do is I'll also leave a link in the descriptions and comments below to a talk radio chat by a guy called, I think it's Mark Dolan, or sort of someone Dolan anyway. And I can recommend talk radio, and they're probably not quite mainstream media, but there is almost mainstream media, shall we say, and they're the only mainstream media channel who are kind of anti-lockdown and are prepared to call it out, and are sort of prepared to interview people, experts and others who don't believe in the lockdown and think it's wrong. So I think I recommended Trigonometry yesterday, talk radio today. So as I say, I'll leave the link to that video below. So yeah, I guess altogether, the scaremongering's continuing. It's almost like some of these idiots just never want us to come out of lockdown again. Well, if they think I'm going to stay in lockdown forever, they've got another thing coming. Now I'm quite a lot luckier, I think, than a lot of people. Obviously a lot of people haven't got their jobs now. I feel really sorry for them, and a lot of people aren't able to go out and do some of their favourite things. And I was watching a video sort of yesterday, and the guy was talking about one of his mates who's pretty much his only outlet is going playing snooker a couple of times a week, and obviously he can't do that at the moment. And I've got a mate a bit like that who lives in on his own in a flat, and he hasn't got much of a social life, I don't think. Obviously I sort of see him sometimes for a round of golf, but pretty much all he does socially is, on a regular basis anyway, is he plays golf. And he loves sort of going out, having a round of golf on a Saturday afternoon, and obviously he can't do that at the moment. And he plays year round, so he doesn't mind playing in the winter. Unlike me, I'm a bit of a fair weather golfer. I tend to go into golfing hibernation this time of year, but he plays, and that's one of his few outlets for getting out and about, blowing off a bit of steam, having a chat with his fellow players, and he can't do it. So how's that affecting his mental health? It's absolutely disgusting. These people just go on and on and on about, we've got to reduce the R rate, and we can't have COVID infections going up. We can't do this, we can't do that. But they're not worried about people committing lockdown suicides, are they? And all the other problems that are happening. People not getting diagnosed for diseases because they don't want to go to hospital, or can't go to hospital or to the doctors. What about all those deaths and all that suffering? And I think I don't know what the answer is, but we can't keep going on like this. We really can't. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today. English national lockdown, day 9. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.